some of the options. When I was reading this, I was just surprised how much you can customize one of these. And I already kind of knew, but then it just kind of reinforced it.
Welcome to another episode of the Southern Boating Podcast. This is now episode 9 of 10, where we are bringing you a special FLIBS preview covering 3 vessels, or 3 manufacturers that will be debuting something new at FLIBS. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel, click the like button and the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we come out with a new video. Having said that, we're going to kick it off. We have 3 vessels today we're going to start with Jupiter, then we're going to go to Palm Beach, and then we're going to finish off with Axopar. Having said that,
you're right in the mix.
Let's do this.
Get us going with one of our favorite center consoles.
Yes, Jupiter. I love Jupiter. Every time we go visit them, I'm a happy man.
I don't blame you.
I'm a happy man. That's not an exaggeration. So Jupiter is bringing the 340 LS. Now, the length overall is 33 feet 9 inches. The beam is 10 feet 5 inches. When you think about that, that's a very solid foundation for travel. Now, the number one thing that I took away from the preview content with Jupiter is technology and usability. They spent countless hours of research to make sure that they were incorporating the latest and greatest, the best marine technology that they could into this vessel. That means you're going to get a vessel that merges luxury and sport as well as convenience across the board. They have a seamless blend of aesthetics with functionality. And you can see that with the helm. The helm is extremely efficient. There's 3-piece enclosed glass windshield. And then they have teak accents throughout. So you know right off the bat, Jupiter is a brand that you can trust. It's a brand that puts out a great product. But when you look at how they spent so much time packing this vessel, this new vessel, with that top-of-the-line marine technology, you know you're going to be jaw on the floor with your experience when you go check it out. Now, if you're not able to make FLIBS, then obviously you can check out their website. I'm going to put links to all the websites again in the description, as I've been doing. But this is definitely a vessel that you don't want to miss. Go do your research on it. You're going to be a very happy person if you do.
I agree. I always like the Jupiter. Family-owned business. To me, there's something about the design lines of that boat that is just unique and it draws my eye to it. Kip has had a couple of Jupiters, actually.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
You know, he's fond of the Jupiters as well. Well, we're going to move on to something that I think is absolutely the top of the top. Mm-hmm. Creme de la creme. I love the name too, but it's not.
You're partial to the name.
I'm partial to the name because I live in that county, right?
Right.
Those two names have nothing to do with each other.
No.
So the boat I'm talking about is Palm Beach. Palm Beach this year at FLIBS is going to have the PB55. You're talking, this is a 62 feet, 8-inch boat and has a beam of 17 feet, 2 inches. It always features the V-warp hull. So that V-warp hull has many design aspects to it to make the boat more stable, more efficient, and just all around perform a lot better, right? Now, some of the options. When I was reading this, I was just surprised how much you can customize one of these. And I already kind of knew, but then it just kind of reinforced it with me, right? That each Palm Beach is unique as its owner. So you can go with a 2 or 3 stateroom configuration. You can get an up or down galley, which is interesting. And you have a plethora of choices on all your soft finishes, which is really, really interesting. And then you can also get the feature that I really found enticing to me, because I go with it, is you can get a bow rumble seat. So if you like sitting up front and catching the wind right in your face, this is for you.
That's awesome.
That's kind of me too. Like, I like to feel it. Like, that's like one of the best feels you get when you're boating, is getting that wind in your face and really feeling the salt air kind of smack you right in the face. So I like it. You know, and that's, I can tell you, one of my favorite things about where I used to live when I lived really close to the water was coming outside and smelling the salt air right away.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about
there's nothing like that experience.
And it's almost every time that I leave Florida and come back, the moment that they open the door on the plane and the salt air just smacks you, it's like, oh, I'm home.
Yeah.
So some of the other things that you can do is you can build this as a sedan, or you can build it as a flybridge. So you have some options there as well. And then you have some propulsion options. So you can do a twin Volvo Penta IPS 950s to IPS 1200s, and that offers you a top speed of about 41 knots. Or you can go with twin Volvo D11s with shafts, and that option will actually give you about 454 nautical miles at 21 knots.
Both of those are great options.
Exactly right. So you can choose between those two, and it's like, well, it would be a hard choice for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I just learned, and I had shame on me for not paying enough attention, beneath the cockpit is a tender garage that can accommodate up to a 10-foot tender with an outboard. So a lot of garages on other boats require you to do a jet boat, but this one will allow you to, it's designed so you can have an outboard.
That's awesome.
And you know what's really interesting? When you look at this boat at first glance, you don't realize that that's there.
Yeah.
Just like I have for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years that I've been looking at Palm Beaches. In general, this boat just to me is, like I said, it's the creme de la creme. If you want an express cruiser, this is it. Like, this is top notch.
Yeah.
It's just its look, its feel, the way in which you can customize it. I don't think you can do much better. I don't think they can do much better, but I'm sure they'll find a way in the near future.
Yeah, that's kind of their MO right there.
Exactly right. I mean, absolutely. So I'm excited to go by and see it. I know that most of us are always excited to see Palm Beach. We got a lot of fans of Palm Beach in this office.
We do.
Palm Beach, we always love your boats.
Facts.
So the last one, Axopar. We've talked about Axopar here recently.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
And what makes them kind of unique and great at what they do. And you're going to cover something new that they're bringing to the show.
I am, yes. So Axopar is bringing the 29 cross cabin and the 29 sun top. Essentially, it's the 29, and then you can choose between cross cabin or sun top. The length overall is 28 feet, 8 inches, and it has a 9-foot, 8-inch beam. Now, it's very similar to the 28, which was one of their highest selling vessels, highest selling models, but it's a little wider, right? It's wider than the 28, but it also has a higher freeboard. Now, with the higher freeboard, you feel like you have so much more space. It also has wider side decks and a flared bow. So that's going to be somewhat unique design element when you start to see it on the water. And as far as features, what I want to touch on is they both have sliding canvas roof. So if you want sun, you can have it. If you don't, you can cover yourself up. The foredeck bow seats 8. The bow has a full-length sleeping cabin, like down below, with a head and a sink. You can also get single or twin Mercury outboards to power it. So you have options based off of how you choose to use this boat. Really, when you look at it, they took the 28 and said, hey, you know what? We can improve this a little bit. But to do that, we got to make it a little wider. So we're going to do some different upgrades. And now you have this, I want to say, like, not upgraded version of the 28, but this new model. It's really what it came out to be. And it's really impressive for what Axopar does because we know that they provide such a great product already.
Yeah, and how they manufacture their product is
right, yes, which we've touched
covered,
on in the past.
And I think it's great for multitudes of reasons. Whether you're making a repair, parts are readily available because they go across almost all their range.
Right.
So it's just, they're very innovative. They've got a unique look. Very popular boat.
Yeah, very
Sell like hotcakes. And because of what they do, it also helps make it a little bit more economical.
Absolutely.
So, which we love. I mean, anybody that we can make the audience that enjoys boating and can afford to enjoy boating more readily available, I think that's awesome.
Yes, I agree.
Right? It's like everything else in the world. I wish that everybody could enjoy the same stuff, but unfortunately we all have barriers, but they're trying to knock some of them down. That's great.
Yeah,
great for our industry. So that's our 3 boats for today. I'm James Anderson.
I'm Ian Sneed.
We'll see you tomorrow with the last 3 boats. So make sure you come back and check us out.
Hold on, I want to read this because...
Put out your silence.
Huh? Yeah. 100%. Oh, okay, here we go.
Listen, you guys pay me not to be silent, okay?
We pay you to talk, yes, to other people. Somehow I got roped into that. Oh, that one rang my ears. It was right here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd lose your hearing if I shot a gun next to your ear, too.
Exactly. See?
But you don't lose your hearing when when you shoot it 3 feet away from your face.
Exactly. Yeah. This is called science.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, I forgot the name of that effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called. I would check my phone, but it's our timer. So, second sound sync. Ready? 3, 2, 1.